Okay, I hope that now the screen is before you, the DNA fingerprinting. We will just review these points once again because somebody asked me. So that guy is there here in this section now. Somebody asked last section. I think Aryan, you asked now. Yes. Okay. Now DNA fingerprint. What is DNA fingerprint? Now you just see that what we were discussing about DNA fingerprint there in the last section. Now you see that it says that every individual has a unique genetic makeup which we call as fingerprint. Even we have seen many examples on that day. Okay, then yeah. So every individual is having a unique genetic makeup which we call as DNA fingerprint. And this example also I showed you. And after that, we have seen another important point that is there is a technique, and using that technique, what we can say that we have using that technique, we are able to find out the DNA profiling of each and every individual using the enzyme procedure, which is called a DNA restriction endonuclease enzyme procedure. That means DNA restriction analysis. That we have seen, and after that we have seen that. See, this is the picture we have seen because this slide is repeated over there. That is why problem comes. I could not remove that slide because I forgot. So the previous slide actually I was supposed to remove. Then we have seen who is the father of DNA fingerprinting or DNA profiling. General, we have seen that is Dr. Alex Jeffries. And after that, we have seen when we come to India, there is another scientist, and his name is that Dr. Lalji Singh. And then we have seen that how we are able to find out, recognize the people by identifying or by taking the DNA profiling. There we have seen that in all individuals, 99.9% DNA sequences are same, but around 0.1% sequences showing some kind of repetition. The sequences may be repeated, and that sequences are normally non-coding sequences. Normally, non-coding sequences are getting what I can say repeated, and non-coding sequence means that is about the introns we have seen, because we have seen that these introns are non-coding sequences, and extrons, that is the coding sequences. So introns are non-coding sequences, and they are getting repeated, and they are getting repeated there in small numbers. I mean, a minimum number of nucleotide or nitrogen base sequences may be there in that. This is repeatedly you can see there in the DNA of human beings, and that is specific. And these repeated non-coding sequences we call as mini satellites, that we can say as mini satellites, or it's also known as variable number tandem repeated units. Variable number tandem repeats, or VNTR. And this particular VNTR, the tandem repeated units, we can say that is specific from one person to another. That means that person to person, you can see that it is specific. For example, you see at your home, imagine there are 5 members. So the characteristics of all the 5 members will not be same. You can see that majority, you can see many characters which are common, which they are sharing, but there are certain unique characteristics which cannot be repeated and which cannot be seen there in all other people. So whether it is best example we can say to home, 4 or 5 members are there. There you can see that the characteristics of all the members are not same. because there you can say certain kind of differences there. And a reason also, the basic reason for this difference between the individuals in a family, or the difference between you and your father, or you and your mother, or you and your brother, or you and your sister. The reason is that during meiosis, that means at the time of gamete formation, in case of the father or in case of mother, in both you can say there is a shuffling of genes which is called as recombination. So because of that recombination, you see that the people are not similar. So at home itself, you can say there are different individuals, both all of them are related, but we can say each person is having unique characters. That means unique personality, or they are having unique characters. So same manner, here also you can see that these mini satellites, that we can say that is specific from person to person, even though they are brother, sister, or father, mother, yeah, I mean, father, son, yeah, daughter, daughter, father, or whatever relation. You can see then this is unique. Okay. And after that, we have seen that there are various steps in DNA fingerprinting. In your textbook, some 7 steps are given. I given you 8 steps over there. The first step, we have seen that isolation of the DNA. So here the point is that normally, DNA fingerprint, this is having a very important application there in forensic department or even in the police department. I mean, to find out the criminals, the people who, suppose any kind of crime has happened. I mean, any kind of crime like murder or raping, or even the fatherhood, motherhood. I mean, the parenthood, and any kind of such activities there. I mean, such issues there. So there, we have to go for this DNA fingerprinting to identify the person who is behind the issue. And the first case in that, the first step in this is done, that is the isolation of the DNA. So if you want to isolate the DNA, you have to get some samples. And that sample can be blood, can be any skin. Suppose in case of rape, we can notice that you see in the among the, I mean, in between the nail of the victim, we can notice that sometimes the skin may be there, hair may be there of the person who has done the mistake. I mean, done that crime, or even saliva, even tissue under the nails or the hair, even the semen. All these are the various kinds of evidence material. I mean, materials which are used as evidences, and from that you have to isolate the DNA. So this is the first point. And how to extract the DNA, that is also given over here, but in your book it is not given in detail, but still I show here. That means some kind of processing you have to do. And finally, from the sample or from the evidence material you got, from that the pure DNA how to be isolated. So that is the step number 1, isolation of the DNA. And second step is that, so you got one DNA. With that one DNA, if you go for further processing, if the result is a failure, then we can notice that you cannot repeat it again. So for that purpose, what you have to do, that you have to go for an amplification. Amplification means the DNA which you got, that is going to be multiplied. How will you multiply? Now you see just that you are getting a certificate, and you are going to nearby Xerox center and telling the Xerox center person, you take 50 copies. So you are getting 50 copies of that particular single sheet of certificate within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So it means you are making many copies of it within a short period of time. At the same manner, you can see that the DNA can also be multiplied. The DNA can also be duplicated. And this duplication process, we call as amplification. And this is done by a technique which is called a polymer chain reaction. Polymer chain reaction is the technique. For that, there is a thermal cycler device. And in that device, if you go through the various steps involved in that, you can see that within a short period of time, you can produce millions of copies of the DNA. Millions of copies of the DNA you can produce. This is what is called amplification or polymer chain reaction. So this you have to see there in detail when you come to the next topic called biotechnology. Okay. Then the third step we have seen that the third step is that the DNA, what you got, what you isolated from the evidence material. Now you have to digest that DNA, because DNA, is a long structure. It's a long structure with many genes in that. And among those genes, you can notice that even these mini satellites are also there. And mini satellites are of various length, maybe short, very short, like that. But it is normally small piece only. Short length only. And so the entire DNA, now you see this is one DNA you got, and this one DNA you have to cut into pieces like this. And this is called genomic fragments. And this cutting is used by a scissor, which is called biological scissor. That is nothing, that is an enzyme. That is called a restriction endonuclease enzyme. By using this restriction endonuclease enzyme, the DNA is cut into fragments. That is the third step. That simply we say digestion of DNA. Okay? The fragments which you got, that we can say as restriction fragment length polymorphism. So that means this process we can say like that. So finally, one single DNA is becoming many small fragments. Now, these fragments are formed. Now comes step number 4. Step number 4 is that the separation of DNA fragments by gel electrophoresis. Now you see the DNA that is of varying length. I mean, the segments, the fragments what you got now, these fragments are of various length. Some are very short, some are medium size, some are long. So their length is variable. Length will not be same. So what to do there? You have to separate all these DNAs into DNAs depends upon their length and all. Okay. So for that there is a process which is called electrophoresis. So gel electrophoresis. So this is the gel electrophoresis device. In this we can say there is an anode and there is a cathode. And you can notice that the DNA molecules, so the DNA fragments are negatively charged. So since it is negatively charged, when you are doing this electrophoresis, these negatively charged molecules are moving towards the positive pole. So by using agarose gel electrophoresis, you can separate the DNA fragments. Okay. And one more important point you have to remember that. So when this kind of fragment, separation you do, you have to make it sure that all the DNA strand at we have, that should be single-stranded. Suppose in case any double-stranded DNA segments are there in between, then you have to make that segment also into single-stranded. So how can you do a single-stranded from the double-stranded DNA? So simple, you have to use a chemical treatment over there. Alkali you have to use, that means sodium hydroxide you can use. So by using sodium hydroxide, what you can say, the hydrogen bond between the two strands can be broken, and thereby the two strands are getting separated like this. So this separation, in case the separation is not done, then the separation has to be done by using an alkali treatment like sodium hydroxide. Okay. And finally, you get single-stranded DNA strand, and then you can go for agarose gel electro. Okay. And this is the repeated point. This is an extra point over there in number wise. Okay, that is why the fourth number is now becoming 5. And after that, we have seen that once these DNAs are separated by using agarose gel electrophoresis, the next point is that transfer all these fragments into a nitrocellulose filter paper. So nitrocellulose filter paper, and for that there is a processing. That is what you see there on your screen now. Okay. So in your screen, you can see how the processing can be done. You have to take a nitrocellulose filter paper. You have to put that paper into the agarose gel. The filter paper should get wet. And during that course of time, what happens? The DNA which are there in the agarose gel will be transferred to nitrocellulose filter paper. And once The DNA got transferred into the nitrocellulose filter paper. The next processing is that you have to do it baking, because this is wet. Now this is wet, and what you have to do there? You have to go for a baking process. So baking process, how can you do that? Is there on the screen now. You just take a vacuum oven at 80 degrees Celsius. You heat it, you bake it. The word we are using over here, baking. You use it for about 3 to 5 hours. So the wet nitrocellulose filter paper will get dry, and the DNA will be fixed on it. So this is the sixth step, and this processing is called Southern blotting. Examination point of view, short note, this is important, Southern blotting. Okay, so Southern blotting is very simple. In the agarose gel, you place one nitrocellulose filter paper, and you have to make it sure that the filter paper is getting wet. I mean soaked. Wet means it must be soaked over there. So while soaking, what happens? The DNA which is there in the agarose gel, that will be transferred on nitrocellulose filter paper. And once the transferring is over, what you have to do there? You have to get it baked. So baking can be done by using an oven. In that oven, you have to maintain temperature 80 degrees Celsius, and in that temperature, you have to bake the filter paper for about 3 to 5 hours. Then by the time the DNA will be fixing on the nitrocellulose filter paper. So once this processing is over, that means this is a sixth step. Once this processing is over, what you have to do there? One important processing is that you have to go for a DNA probe action. So DNA probe action means that means what is happening? The DNA probe and hybridization. So what does it mean? Now you see, you have transferred the DNA to the filter paper. But you have to see that you don't know the sequence of the nitrogen bases and so on, so things of this, because this is the DNA. This is the DNA which you got from the victim, and this is from the victim. That means from the evidence material. Okay, that depends upon the. One second. सॉरी है, मेरे को एक अनईजनेस फील हो गया. Okay. So that depends upon the one. See, it is the DNA of the victim. So our purpose is that you are the person who has done the crime, and whose DNA is this. So this is the DNA of the person who has done the crime. But we don't know who is that person. We want to identify the person. So this is an evidence material. So now what you have to do there? You have to keep a probe over there. And that DNA probe means we can say that can be synthesized artificially, or you can get it from the person, from any person. Okay. And this DNA, we can say this is a known sequence. Okay. So this is a known sequence DNA it is. Now how we will use this probe? For example, if it is a criminal offense, now you see we caught someone, the police caught someone, and what we do there, his DNA we will extract, and his DNA sequence, everything we can come to know. And after that, we are adding that DNA material over here, and then we are going for the further processing. So what will happen? So by this, the comparison can be done. So in DNA probe, I will tell you this much only now. The DNA probe, we can say this is a small DNA having known sequences. That means we know the sequence of the DNA, the sequence of all the nitrogen bases of the DNA. And this DNA probe you can synthesize artificially, or you can get from any person. Okay. Now, after that, what we'll do, and this DNA probe you will transfer into this. Okay. and you will transfer into this. And after that, while transferring this DNA probe into this, what is happening? So all the nitrogen bases are unpaired because the DNA strand is single stranded, not double stranded. Double stranded है तो काम नहीं होएगा. So it is single stranded. So when you add the DNA probe over there, what will happen? The DNA probe will go to the DNA fragments which are already there, and the nitrogen bases, if it is complementary, and they will become pair. They will become pair, and then it is formed a DNA hybrid. So DNA hybrid will be formed, and this hybrid will be formed only when there is complementary nitrogen bases are there in that. If no complementary nitrogen bases, then the DNA hybrid will not be formed over there. And after this process, the next important process is that you have to wash it. Okay, so ये जो hybridization process, DNA probe and its hybridization done, after this you have to go for washing. So what is the purpose of washing? So when you wash, you can see that if any DNA strand is there which is not paired with the DNA probe, and all those DNA, single stranded DNAs, will be washed off. The paired one will remain there. Now look at over here, you can see so many weather over here, but the paired one, you can see that is getting fixing over there. And unpaired means single stranded. All those single stranded fragments are washed off. So once this process is over, that means the DNA probe and hybridization is over, we come to the last step. What is the last step? Last step means once you got this paper, now you see this paper you got with a hybrid DNA, DNA hybrids, and after that, this you have to go send for taking an X-ray film for photography. You have to take a photography of this, and this is the photography you are getting. And when you get this photography, you can see this kind of light and dark bands you can see over there. And this kind of light and dark band, we can say that is the fingerprint. Okay, that is called as the fingerprint. Now you see this is the fingerprint. In this fingerprint, you can see this is representing the DNA. This is the DNA. And this DNA, this particular banding, we can notice that is unique from person to person. Okay, that means, for example, you see this is the case of a victim. So from the victim, you got a DNA like this. And when you got some 5-6 criminals, and you don't know who has done the crime, and we are finding out their DNA fingerprint like this, and then cross matching with this. So when you match all these pictures with this, you can say none of them are matching. I mean, suppose we got 6 people over there, and we are saying that these are the criminals, they have done this mistake, this crime. But when you do the DNA test, if this DNA is not matching with any of the DNA, it means these 6 people are not involved in this crime. Or if it is a question of parenthood, you see the child's DNA is like this. And we got some 6 people, and out of these 6 people, we are saying one is the father of this one. And we are doing this DNA fingerprint test and confirming that none of this DNA is matching with the child's DNA. That means they are not the parent, they are not the father, or they are not the mother. Okay, suppose if you are getting a matching DNA over here, a matching DNA, if you get over there, you can say that is a parent over there. So this is the way we are finding out the matching. Okay, so this is this X-ray film, this photograph, we can say this is the the fingerprint. Okay, and the uses also we have seen. I think uses I don't want to repeat now. I hope that Aryan you got it clearly. So I want to get it stop over here, this particular slide. Okay, so now I'm stopping the share, and Okay, now we will do one thing. Uh, I want to discuss the questions from this also. We will go for the third poll which was left over there. Are you ready for going for poll now? Are you ready to go for a poll? Yes. So we'll go for a poll. Uh, yeah, now it is there on your screen. Carry on. You will get only 8 minutes time because only 8 questions are there. 1 minute left. Only 1 minute. Okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you see the result is there on your screen. Now just look at them. Look at the first question. Answer is both very confusing. The first question, look at there. In some viruses, DNA is synthesized by using RNA as template. Such a DNA is called. In some viruses, the DNA is synthesized by using RNA as template. Such a DNA is called. You have any idea, friends? Have you ever heard about this one? Just use the chat box and tell me, have you heard about this process? No. Yes, in textbook. Even in my PowerPoint also it is there. Okay. So now when you discuss it about transcription, in between I told you one thing. In normal way, RNA is synthesized from DNA. But in some cases, DNA is synthesized from RNA. So whenever a messenger RNA is synthesized from DNA, it is called transcription. So whenever a DNA is synthesized from RNA, it is called reverse transcription. So remember, I told you that. That is called reverse transcription. Okay. So in reverse transcription, the DNA which is formed is called complementary DNA. The DNA is said to be complementary DNA. So the answer over here is that cDNA, just 9% answered, 18% said bDNA, it's nothing related over here. aDNA is also related over, not over related over here, 0%, and 73% saying that rDNA. The rDNA means that is recombinant DNA technology that we are going to study there in biotechnology now. So the next topic is biotechnology. In that, you will study the steps of rDNA technology or recombinant DNA technology. So, but here the answer is that C and the cDNA, its meaning is that complementary DNA. You got it clear, friends, now? Got it clear? And cDNA is formed by means of a process called reverse transcription. याद रखना उनका टेक्निकल नाम है रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन. ट्रांसक्रिप्शन का रिवर्स है. ट्रांसक्रिप्शन आपको मालूम है, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन बोलेगा तो डीएनए टू आरएनए, बट व्हेनेवर फ्रॉम आरएनए टू डीएनए, ये नॉर्मल है, नॉर्मल नहीं है, अनयूजुअल है. सो व्हेन इट इज फॉर्म वी कॉल इट एज डीएनए, आई मीन कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री डीएनए. ओके, and this process is called a reverse transcription. Yesterday, day before yesterday, we have seen one question that अंडा मुर्गी पाले आया है कि अंडा पाले आया है, ऐसे क्वेश्चन हमने लास्ट क्लास में डिस्कस किया था, याद है? मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल ऐसे बोला है, लेकिन यही मीनिंग में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था, अंडा पहले आया या मुर्गी पहले आया, याद है? What was that question? You know, the first formed genetic material is RNA or DNA. एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा पढ़ा था हमने, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in that we said that we assume that RNA as the first genetic material. तो देखिए, in some virus, from the RNA, the DNA synthesis. It happens in virus. Okay. So from the RNA, DNA synthesis. So we say RNA is a single-stranded structure. So it can be formed very easily. And from the RNA, DNA synthesize it. That is what we assume. Okay. Now, question number 2. Question number 2, you look at there. If Michelson and Stahl experiment is continued for 4 generations in bacteria, the ratio of 15N upon 15N or 15N upon 14N and 14N upon 14N containing DNA in the 4th generation would be. And here 41% is saying that 41% each saying that 1:1:0, 1:4:0, and 14% is saying 0:1:3, and 5% is saying that 0:1:7. You understood this question, friends? You understood this question? You can talk by unmuting yourself. If you are finding it difficult to write in the chat box, all the way, even you can talk, because there is no disturbance in the class if you are talking, because we are discussing the things over here. So there is no running class over here. Okay. So you understood this question? Yes. So understood this question. So this one is about which experiment? Michelson and Stahl experiment. So what was that experiment? What was that Michelson and Stahl experiment? For what purpose they have done this experiment? See, very bad. Huh? इतना डिटेल्ड बात करके स्लोली बात करके आया है. Who is this? Alisha, please say your division and roll number, or you correct yourself there. Kajal Yadav, Maithili, you yaad rakhna, hamesha you are writing in an opposite way. Shetty Vinisha also doing the same thing. See, everybody writing in the same proper format, and you people are not writing in the proper format. For Shetty Vinisha, I used to correct it, but again you are doing in the same manner. Kajal Yadav, Maithili, सब लोग proper way लिखो. काजल यादव आपका division और roll number लिखो. Alisha, you also do it. If you are an outsider, you please write. You are from which college at least. I don't mind. Anybody can come and attend the lecture. I don't mind. This is an education program. Okay, come on, tell me. You are not writing anything there in the chat box. My question is that what was this experiment? For what purpose this experiment he has conducted? Oh, wow, very bad. There's no response in this morning. हेलो, कोई चाय नहीं पिया? मेरे को बीच में गिडनेस आया है, फिर भी मैंने अटेंड कर एडजस्ट करके जा रहे. या वेरी गुड विवेक, यू आर रिटन दैट आंसर. Semi conservative replication. So this Michelson and Stahl experiment they performed the experiment that is to confirm, that is prove that the DNA replication is always in a semi conservative mode. Semi conservative mode means when one DNA divides, both the strands are getting separated and 2 DNAs are formed. In both the DNA, one strand will be parental and the other strand will be new. That is what is called semi-conservative mode of replication. So Michelson, what these two scientists did over there, they took one DNA, they cultured the DNA, they're in a nutrient medium. Nutrient medium means they're in a medium which contains radioisotope of radioactive nitrogen, that is N15. So in the N15 medium, they cultured this DNA and they confirmed that the DNA contain all the nitrogen bases which are N15. That is what he's saying. That is what we say over here. Laser kahan hai? Okay. That is what we say N15 and N15. So both the DNA strands are N15. And once they confirmed that both the strands are N15, what they did, they transferred that N15 DNA to a medium which contains N14. They cultured the DNA. That DNA they divided, I mean, they allowed to multiply once, divide once. They got 2 DNA. When they got 2 DNA, both the DNA strands, they were N15 and N14. N15 and N14. And after that, that DNA they cultured in N14 continuously. What happened? N15 went with the N14, became N15, N14, and another DNA strand, that is N14, again cultured in the medium, they became N14, N14 only. So this process is continued. So ऐसा करके fourth generation में what is the result? That is the question. You got understood the question now? In the fourth generation, what would be the result? So in which medium they are culturing the DNA? Hello, in which medium they are culturing the DNA? N15 or N14? Please use the chat box, friends. अरे चालू करके रख के चाय पीने को गया. ये N14 medium. So if it is there in N14 medium, whatever DNAs are formed, all the DNAs are N14. N14, nitrogen 14. Okay. So N14. अभी अपना ऑप्शंस देखिए. What is the correct answer? देखिए N15. अभी मेरे को अभी व्हाइट बोर्ड लेके आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा. मैं व्हाइट बोर्ड के लिए जाएगा तो क्योंकि आई डोंट नो whether this screen will go away, so that is why I'm not going for that. Even बीच में मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया था व्हाइट बोर्ड लेने के लिए. इसमें व्हाइट बोर्ड है लेकिन व्हाइट बोर्ड अभी पावर पॉइंट मोड में नहीं है, इसलिए वो लेने को मन डरता है. अगर और लेने को गया तो सब कुछ गया तो फिर लफड़ा होता है. ओके, तो आप एक पेपर ले लो. पेपर लेके उसमें लिखे देखो N15 N14, एरो मार्क डाल के देखो. सेकंड जनरेशन में N15 will go with again N14 and N14 will go with N14. ऐसा 4 जनरेशन किया. फोर्थ जनरेशन में कितना डीएनए फॉर्म करेगा? हर जनरेशन में एक डीएनए डबल हो जाएगा. तो आपको 8 डीएनए मिलेगा फोर्थ जनरेशन में. तो फोर्थ जनरेशन में जो 8 डीएनए मिलता है उसमें कितना N15 हो सकता है? चलो, यू टेल मी प्लीज. The medium in which it is grown, that is N14, and after fourth generation, how many N15 you can expect? But ये याद रखना कौन सा मीडियम है कल्चर होता है. In which medium it is cultured? It is cultured, that you have to remember. No idea? Okay, I will tell you. Kyunki you are not responding properly. So please remember N15 DNA culturing in a N14 medium. What will happen to N15 DNA? It will divide, it will split. Yes or no? Please use the chat box. Yes or no? N15 when you culture in a medium containing N14, the N15 DNA will split and they will form 2 templates. तो N15 डिवाइड हो गया, 2 अलग हो गया. ये दोनों नया एक डीएनए स्ट्रैंड को सिंथेसाइज करके आपको 2 डीएनए मिल जाएगा. ये दोनों डीएनए contain one strand N15 होगा, दूसरा strand N14 होगा. समझा ये बात? ये पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया? इसका मतलब N14 मीडियम में रहने की वजह से N15 का जो डीएनए, N15 जो डीएनए डिवाइड होकर दो स्ट्रैंड अलग अलग हो गया. दोनों स्ट्रैंड नया स्ट्रैंड को डेवलप किया, लेकिन नया स्ट्रैंड N15 नहीं है, N14 है. Because the nitrogen bases which they are taken from the medium, that medium is N14. That is clear? Okay. And after that, go to second generation. Again, you go to second generation, you can see N15, N14 strand है. N14 and N15 strand separate हो जाएगा, और N14 नया strand develop करेगा, that is also N14. N15 नया strand develop करेगा, that is also N14. So now you are getting one new DNA strand, that is with the N14 and N14, or another DNA strand that is with the N15 and N14. Will you get any N15 DNA strand उसमें? Chalo, give me the answer fast, quickly you give me the answer. Will you get a DNA strand which is N15? No. Why you are not getting N15? Why you are not getting N15? You are getting N15, N14 you are getting, but you are not getting N15. Why? Why? Your answer is correct. No, that is correct. But why? Whatever you know, you tell me. You can correct yourself. It is culture in N14. Correct, Ria. What you said, that is absolutely correct. Okay. So I will do one thing. This chat, no, I will make everyone. So everybody can see. So that will be helpful for everyone. So the point is that the medium is N14. Medium N14 hai. So because of that, even if you are adding an N14, that will synthesize one more N14 strand. Or if you are adding an N15, that will synthesize an N14 strand. So you are getting only N15 and N14, or N14 and N14. You never get N15 and N15 because the medium is containing only N14. Got the point? अभी इधर देखो, फोर्थ जनरेशन तक हम लोग ऐसे ही जाते हैं, N14 में ही कर रहे. मीडियम 14 है, मीडियम 14 है, तो will you get any N15? Will you get any N15? No, you won't get any N15. So अभी इधर 4 ऑप्शंस दिया है, उसमें से कितना ऑप्शन आउट हो गया? अभी इसमें से कितना ऑप्शन आउट हो गया? अभी इधर ऑप्शन क्या है? 1:1:0, 1:4:0, 0:1:3, 0:1:7. तो इतना, इसमें से कितना ऑप्शन आउट हो गया? N15, N14, इतना कितना आउट हो गया ये ऑप्शन से? पगड़ा वाला ऑप्शन आपको ले सकता है क्या? उसमें आंसर क्या लिखा है? 1 N15, 1 N15, और 0 N14 लिखा है. सेकंड में देखिए, ऑप्शन बी में देखिए, 1 N15, 4 N15, 0 N14. ये आपको दोनों ले सकता है. इधर बोलता है N14 करके नहीं है करके बोलता है. Can you accept this one or two? You can accept A or B. Oh, you are not giving me any answer. A and B out. Okay, Krishnaraj is good. So A and B out, because यू सी N15 आपको मिलेगा ही नहीं, एक बात, इसलिए इधर 1:1 जो लिखा है वो गलत है, और N14 0 लिखा है वो भी गलत है, क्योंकि N14 ही आपको मिलेगा। अभी अपना क्वेश्चन है सी और डी में कौन सा है। सी और डी में अब देखिए उधर एक पॉइंट है 0:1:3 या 0:1:7। अभी फोर्थ जनरेशन है, फोर्थ जनरेशन में आपको कितना डीएनए मिलेगा। फोर्थ एक जनरेशन बोलेगा तो एक डिवाइड होकर 2 बन जाता है, तो फोर्थ जनरेशन बोले तो फोर्थ जनरेशन में आपको कितना मिलना चाहिए। यू विल गेट ओनली 4 और यू विल गेट ओनली 8। कितना डीएनए फॉर्म करेगा फोर्थ जनरेशन में, 8। सो फोर्थ जनरेशन में आपको 8 डीएनए मिलना चाहिए। ये 8 का नंबर कौन सा है, डी। डी इज द total number 8. That is the correct answer. Okay, because you are culturing all the DNAs there in N14. Okay, so the number of N14 DNA will be 7. Only one DNA with the N14. Only one DNA with the N15 and N14. वो आप 10 जनरेशन ले लो, 12 जनरेशन ले लो, 1000 जनरेशन जाओ, आपको N15 N14 एक ही मिलेगा। N15 N14 एक ही मिलेगा। Okay, so this is about the second question. The correct answer is D. Now go to the third question. Third question, if the sequence of nitrogen bases of coding strand of DNA in a transcription unit is 5' to 3' direction, ATGA, ATG, the sequence of the base in its RNA transcript क्या है? What is the transcript? हमारे DNA दिया है, लेकिन एक पॉइंट उधर नोट करना है, कोडिंग स्ट्रैंड लिखा है। The coding strand is written over here, so you have to check that point very clearly. Coding strand क्या है, antisense strand, I mean sorry, sense strand क्या है, antisense strand क्या है, ये सब कुछ आपको याद रखना, नहीं तो मिस्टेक हो जाएगा। So this is the coding strand. So coding strand का सीक्वेंस दिया, जो मैसेंजर आरएनए फॉर्म किया है उनका सीक्वेंस अभी पूछा है। Come on, tell me, give me the answer quickly. What is your correct answer? Aryan, you have given me 2 points here. D, I see D over here, A over here. Which is the correct answer? Yeah, 36% saying A, 27% saying B, 23% saying D, 14% saying C. देखिए परसेंटेज कैसा है, देखो कितना टाइट है। So Aryan is saying D, A or D. Okay, chalo, tell me, which is the correct answer, friends? What is this coding strand of DNA? What is the meaning of coding strand? Coding strand, no idea. Okay, first of all, you should know which is the coding strand. Coding strand means, now you see when DNA duplicate, DNA replicates, DNA transcribe. So DNA strand, both the DNA strand has to be separated. And one strand will synthesize a new strand. The other strand will sit as it is. समझ में आता है मैं क्या, what I say? When the DNA is transcribing, the DNA strand will get separate, and both the strands are now unpaired. But out of these 2 strands, one strand will synthesize a new strand, new DNA strand. That is the RNA. But the other strand will sit as it is. And once the messenger RNA is synthesized, both the strand will come together and they will go on as DNA again. The DNA strand which did not synthesize the new strand, that is called a coding strand. Okay, it's also called a sense strand. ओके, आई विल डू वन थिंग, अभी टेक्स्ट बुक में मेरे को जाएगा तो I didn't check that. That is why I'm not doing anything else because पोल से बाहर जाएगा क्या पता नहीं, मैं ऐसा बाहर मीन्स टेक्स्ट बुक दिखाने को जाएगा तो ओके. सो द पॉइंट इज दैट द स्ट्रैंड which did not duplicate, yeah, did not synthesize a new strand, that is called coding strand, yeah, sense strand. And that strand is ATGAAO sequence उधर दिया है. Now याद रखना, when the DNA, when RNA is synthesized, RNA का जो सीक्वेंस है, RNA का जो सीक्वेंस है, याद रखो, रिपीट करके बोल रहे हैं, RNA का जो सीक्वेंस है कोडिंग स्ट्रैंड का सीक्वेंस से सेम है. The coding strand or sense strand sequence and RNA sequence will be same. Only one difference. क्या है difference? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the difference? Yes, thymine is replaced by uracil. Very good. So the coding strand and messenger RNA sequences are same except the base difference. Base difference मतलब uracil is replaced. I'm sorry, thymine is replaced by uracil. कहां कहां thymine है वहां uracil आएगा क्योंकि RNA है. अब इधर देखिए आंसर, कौन सा आंसर आप बताइए. अभी अभी मैं आपको क्लू दे दिया. Now you tell me which is the correct answer. A is the correct answer because इधर देखिए ये A T का जगह पे U, G G A U, T का जगह पे वापस U, then G. देखिए, so this is the correct answer. Okay, so A is the correct answer for this third question. Now we come to the fourth question. Fourth question, look at them. The RNA polymerase enzyme transcribes. RNA polymerase enzymes का काम क्या है? उसका काम क्या है? अभी आप ऑपरॉन कॉन्सेप्ट आपका मन में है तो आपको आंसर जल्दी मिल जाएगा. ऑपरॉन कॉन्सेप्ट में क्या बोलता है? प्रोमोटर है, प्रोमोटर का आगे ऑपरॉन है और ये ऑपरॉन का जो प्रोसेसिंग है वो इंड्यूसर आके या जो रिप्रेसर आके बर्न किया तो पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम को ऑपरॉन क्रॉस करके जाने को नहीं होता. मैं दरवाजा का स्टॉपर के बारे में सब एग्जांपल बताया था आपको. अगर आपको ऑपरॉन कॉन्सेप्ट आपका मन में है तो आपको पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम का काम बोल सकता है. So what is the promoter polymerase enzyme is doing? Quickly tell me the answer. Chat box में लिखो जल्दी. In the chat box you write fast. It transcribes what? Everybody writing A. Everybody writing A. What is A? The promoter, structural genes and terminator gene. Promoter, structural gene and terminator gene. 18% has said. 36% has said the promoter and the structural genes. 27% is saying the structural gene and the terminator region. 18% is saying the structural genes only. बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है ये आपका जो रेशियो परसेंटेज. ओके, अभी पहला वाला देखिए. अभी ये याद रखना, आरएनए पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम कहां बैठता है? वेयर इट सिट्स, वेयर दिस आरएनए पॉलीमरेज एंजाइम इज सिटिंग. उनका सीट कहां है बोलिए जल्दी. Hello, come on, tell me. Please write in the chat box. Quickly write in the chat box. Where the promoter? Yeah, initiator. Initiator. Okay, ये नया वर्ड है. AUG. You are thinking about protein synthesis. प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस. पहले डीएनए रिप्लिकेट होने दो, डीएनए ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होने दो, उसके बाद हम सोचेंगे प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस के बारे में, एयूजी के बारे में, इनिशिएटर के बारे में. ऑपरॉन कॉन्सेप्ट अब थोड़ा याद रखना, नहीं तो आप ट्रांसक्रिप्शन का उधर जाइए. ओके, आई विल टेल यू. आरएनए पॉलीमरेज इज सीटेड देयर एट प्रोमोटर. प्रोमोटर कहां है? प्रोमोटर का ऊपर आरएनए पॉलीमरेज बैठता है. RNA polymerase is sitting there at promoter. Okay, so आप लोग एक ट्री का ऊपर चढ़ा है, एक ब्रांच में बैठा है, ये ब्रांच का टिप में बैठ के ब्रांच का बेस आप कट नहीं करेंगे, करेगा क्या? कट करेगा? एक ट्री आपका मन में लेके आइए, उसमें एक ब्रांच है, वो ब्रांच का टिप में आप जाके बैठा है, टिप में जाके बैठने के बाद वो जो ब्रांच का बेस आप कट कर रहे हैं उधर बैठ के, करेगा? ऐसा करेगा तो क्या होता है, वो ब्रांच का साथ आप ही नीचे जाएगा, है ना? ये प्रोमोटर का उधर जाके बैठा है, चेयर पे बैठा है, आरएनए पॉलीमराइज एंजाइम प्रोमोटर का उधर जाके बैठा है, उधर बैठ के प्रोमोटर को डिवाइड करे तो क्या होता है, अपने आप खराब हो जाएगा ना? तो इट इज जस्ट सिटिंग ओवर देयर. Promoter is not going to transcribe. Promoter is not going to transcribe. Point number 1 याद रखो. So पहला वाला cancel, वो करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है. Okay, B में भी promoter है. It cannot be accepted because promoter is not going to be transcribed. The transcription होता है एक particular जगह पे. So promoter, structural gene, terminator region. This is the step. So promoter उधर बैठा है, RNA polymerase enzyme. वहां से ओपरॉन कॉन्सेप्ट, हमारा ओपरॉन का जो रीजन है, क्या द इनिशिएटर रीजन, वहां से स्टार्ट करके आगे जाता है, लेकिन हम वो एरिया को बोलता है स्ट्रक्चरल जीन. तो ट्रांसक्रिप्शन होता है स्ट्रक्चरल जीन में, बट लेकिन डीप पॉइंट आपको कंसिडर करने को नहीं होगा, क्योंकि एक एंड होता है, दैट इज द टर्मिनेटर रीजन. तो टर्मिनेटर रीजन तक पहुंच जाता है, तभी वो एंड होता है. तो the correct answer over here is then the structural gene and the terminator gene. You got it answer clearly? RNA polymerase enzyme transcribing the structural gene, not only structural gene, the end part also, that is the terminator region. So correct answer will be C. Okay, now we go to the fifth question. The fifth question is that, just look at again once again clearly, थोड़ा ध्यान से देखो उधर. If the base sequence of a codon in messenger RNA is 5' to 3' AUG, the sequence of transfer RNA pairing with it must be AUG है pairing. AUG pairing होता है और 5' to 3' एंड में है. ऐसा है तो द ट्रांसफर आरएनए मतलब एंटीकोडोन कौन सा है, क्वेश्चन वही है, एंटीकोडोन कौन सा है. सो विच इज द एंटीकोडोन? इधर 45% सेइंग दैट सी, 23% सेइंग ए, एंड अनदर 23% सेइंग डी, 9% सेइंग बी. करेक्ट आंसर, कम ऑन जल्दी टेल मी. Okay, I get many answers, but all the 4 options are coming there on the chat box. Okay, I'm getting all the options, but even everybody observing that. What is the correct answer? Now listen. अब इधर देखिए, मैसेंजर आरएनए का कोडोन रीडिंग डायरेक्शन देखिए 5 to 3, और ट्रांसफर आरएनए आके रीड करता है 3 to 5 डायरेक्शन में. समझाए पॉइंट? ट्रांसफर आरएनए आके मैसेंजर आरएनए को 3' to 5' डायरेक्शन में रीड करेंगे, मतलब 3 एंड से रीड करेंगे. ओके, सो 3 एंड से रीड करते टाइम ट्रांसफर आरएनए वहां जो कोडोन होता है उनका पेयरिंग कैसे होगा? 3' का ऑपोजिट में 5' आना चाहिए, यस और नो? 3' का ऑपोजिट में 5' आना चाहिए पेयरिंग होने के लिए. तो वो पेयरिंग अभी 3' एंड में जी है, तो उसका ऑपोजिट में पेयरिंग होने के लिए क्या आना चाहिए? आपको मालूम है जी का ऑपोजिट में क्या आना चाहिए? जी का ऑपोजिट में, जी का पेयर कौन है? साइटोसाइन. जी इज पेयरिंग विद द साइटोसिन. सो 5' एंड में साइटोसिन आना चाहिए. ओके, सो 5' एंड में साइटोसाइन आना चाहिए। अब इधर देखिए 5' एंड में साइटोसाइन कौन सा आता है? फाइडा एंड में कौन सा आना चाहिए? बी। दूसरा सब देखिए अलग अलग है, सो वी कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट एनी वन। सो ये जो 3' का ऑपोजिट में 5' आना चाहिए, 5' का एंड में जो सी होना चाहिए। सो पेयरिंग कैसे होगा? जी का ऑपोजिट सी आएगा, यू का ऑपोजिट ए आएंगे और ए का ऑपोजिट यू आएंगे। तो यू का वो 3' एंड में होगा। सो वो हिसाब से देखेंगे तो आंसर विल बी बी। सो बी इज द आंसर। आर्यन, नॉट ए, बी इज द आंसर। ओके, बिकॉज ए का उधर देखिए सी किधर है? 5' एंड में है, 5' एंड में सी होना चाहिए। ओके, सो एवरीबडी गॉट दैट आंसर क्लियरली? एनी डाउट? चलो, come on, tell me quickly. Okay, note. So I'm going to the next one. The amino acid attaches the transfer RNA at its dash end. मैं अभी आपको आंसर दिया। The amino acid attaches to the transfer RNA at its which end? अमीनो एसिड ट्रांसफर आरएनए का कहाँ हम अटैच करेंगे? अगर आपको ट्रांसफर आरएनए मालूम है तो ही आपको बोल सकते हैं आंसर। ट्रांसफर आरएनए को एक फ्री एंड रहता है, फ्री एंड सीसीए फ्री एंड होता है। ये फ्री एंड कहाँ होता है? या सृष्टि, इट इज करेक्ट। सो द फ्री एंड इज एट 3' end. So the correct answer will be 3' end. Correct answer. Amino acid attaches to the transfer RNA. Question ध्यान से देखना। Amino acid attaches to the transfer RNA, not messenger RNA. Amino acid attaches to the transfer RNA at is 3' end. Because G' end we can say that is paired. खाली 3' end में 3 nitrogen bases unpaired. That is ending as CCA. And there the amino acid is getting attached. So B is the correct answer over here. Now 27, second last question. To initiate translation, messenger RNA first binds to 45% saying the smaller ribosomal subunit and 23% each saying larger ribosomal subunit or no such specificity exists, and 9% saying that the whole ribosome. Which is the correct answer? Which is the correct answer? Yeah, Priya, you said it. The correct answer is that small ribosomal unit. Okay, first messenger RNA is going and sitting with a small ribosomal RNA or small ribosomal unit, and after that magnesium ions has to be involved there in that, and then the larger subunit will come, the protein synthesis will start. But by the time the first methionine AUG will be started, the first transfer RNA already located over there, then the larger subunit will come and sit over there. Okay, so correct answer is A. So A is the correct answer. And we come to the last. In E. coli, the lacopron gets switched on when? The lacopron gets switched on when? अभी आपको मालूम है नेगेटिव फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म एंड पॉजिटिव मैकेनिज्म हमने देखा था। पॉजिटिव मैकेनिज्म में क्या होता है? जीन स्विच ऑन होता है। इन पॉजिटिव मैकेनिज्म द एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर स्विचिंग ऑन। अभी आपको मालूम है आप घर का बाहर से आप घर का अंदर आते टाइम दरवाजा ओपन करने के बाद सबसे पहले आप क्या करेंगे? आप बाहर से आता है, सबसे पहले आप क्या करेगा? स्विच ऑन करेगा। दरवाजा ओपन किया, घर का अंदर जो लाइट है, फैन है, जो कुछ है, उनका स्विच ऑन करता है, बराबर? तो अंदर से आते टाइम स्विच ऑन करता है, ठीक है? सो द सेम टेक्निक याद रखो इधर। सो व्हेन an external influence is there, the genes get switched on. That is positive mechanism. अभी देखिए आपने इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का पैसा भरा नहीं है, म्युनिसिपैलिटी वाला बाहर से या इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वाला बाहर से आया, बाहर से अंदर आके घर का इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कट ऑफ कर दिया, क्या है? नेगेटिव मैकेनिज्म. सो दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू सी हियर. अभी लैक्टोप्रोन में हमने वही देखा, बाहर से लैक्टोज शुगर अंदर आया तो अंदर का जीन का काम खत्म. ओके, नेगेटिव मैकेनिज्म. अब इधर क्या है आंसर? 41% is saying that lactose is present and it binds to the repressor. बराबर, correct. And 32% is saying RNA polymerase binds to the operator. RNA polymerase कभी भी operator से bind नहीं होता है, वो उनका ऊपर से जाता है. दरवाजा खुला है जाता है, दरवाजा बंद है तो RNA polymerase जाता नहीं है, और operator है दरवाजा. And 23% is saying lactose is present and it binds to RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase is an enzyme. Lactose will never sit on that. And 5% is saying that repressor binds to the operator. Repressor binds to operator कभी जब lactose नहीं है तभी. जब lactose नहीं है और repressor जाके operator को ऊपर बैठेंगे और polymerase आगे जाएगा नहीं, दरवाजा बंद हो गया. अगर lactose अंदर आया, दरवाजा खुला हो गया तो काम चालू हो गया. So that the correct answer over here is that lactose is present and it binds to the repressor. Repressor को ऑपरेटर को ऊपर बैठने को परमिशन नहीं देता है, उनको स्टॉप कर दिया. ओके, अब आपको मालूम जब झगड़ा होता टाइम बाजू वाला आके ये जो फाइटर्स को ना उनको अलग अलग करता है, सेपरेट करता है, पकड़ के लेके जाता है. ऐसा है ये लैक्टोज शुगर अंदर आया, जो रिप्रेसर उधर बैठा है ऑपरेटर को ऊपर जाके बैठने के लिए, तभी वो रिप्रेसर को पकड़ के लेके जाता है. सो ऑपरेटर अपना काम करते रहता है. तो correct answer over here A. So by this poll is over. Now I'm going to stop the share. Okay, polling खत्म कर दिया मैं इधर. अभी आगे बात करने को अभी अपने पास टाइम नहीं है, और इट्स ऑलरेडी टाइम कितना हो गया? टाइम 10 कितना है? 10:25 हो गया. Okay, so now what I think, I'll stop the lecture over here. This section I will stop here. एक्चुअली ये क्वेश्चन पेपर इसका ये टेक्स्ट बुक का ना थोड़ा डिस्कस करने के लिए मैंने सोचा था. देखिए एक्सरसाइज थोड़ा सॉल्व करने का था. मैं आपको ये रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, now you do one thing, you open your text book at home. You have the text book now, hard copy है ना? You have the hard copy now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you open your text book and go one after the other, all these questions. Okay, you solve all these questions. If you have any doubt, come with the doubt tomorrow. Tomorrow we will discuss. And you like this session, because I'm not going to our next chapter now. I will go to the next chapter only after 1 or 2 days. Tomorrow also we can go through this one. And another thing is that tomorrow I want to give the re-exam. I want to give exam to the re-exam people. Whoever is there, everybody can give the re-exam. Not re-exam, that test. Everybody can participate. But those who are supposed to give the re-exam, their record, I will record over here. Their answer I will record over here. I will consider for their marking purpose. Okay. So tomorrow, what I will do, I will go for a 25 question examination for chapter number 1, 2, 3. All of you attend that session. I request everybody to attend, because this is based on your current topics, chapter number 1, chapter number 2, and chapter number 3. And I did not prepare the question paper. Your question paper is prepared by your Nandita madam and the next madam. I didn't prepare the questions, or I didn't add any question in that. They only prepared the question paper. So even for chapter number 1 also, they only added. So because of that, there is no bias. So if I'm preparing some kind of bias may be there, or maybe some kind of repeated questions may be there. But since they prepared now, you all can attend that question. You please tomorrow attend that session. Tomorrow I will keep that session for, it is a simple test paper for you. You just take in mind like that. In case Pathak Junior College is conducting unit tests, they were planning unit tests also. I don't know when they are going to do or what they are going to do. If they are planning to do unit tests, so this kind of this you can treat as a unit test also. Your biology unit test will be this one. You can take in that manner. Okay, you understood what I said, friends? You are following me what I said? Yes. So tomorrow, everybody attend this exam. For that purpose, you read your chapter number 1, chapter number 2, and chapter number 3. Okay. And I will, tomorrow you have physics lecture. You have any idea?
Yes, sir.
So physics is there. So after that only you will come. So as soon as you come, you give this test. Okay. So if I get time, I will do this exercise session also. Textbook exercise also, I will just go through. I will not tell you everything because we won't get that much time. But still, in the beginning or at the end, I will just discuss on this point. If everybody coming together, then immediately we will start our online test, tomorrow's test. Okay. So that test, please remember, it is for everyone. It is for everyone, but especially those who are supposed to give the re-exam. They have to be cautious. Means they have to be very cautious. They have to give in a proper manner. When you enter into, those who are giving a re-exam, please enter into the classroom by using your 11th standard division and roll number. समझ में आया वो point? 11th जो re-exam वाला normal students को कुछ problem नहीं है. 11th standard students क्या करना है? 11th standard का division and 11th standard का roll number डाल के enter करना. सब लोग मतलब जो re-exam वाला सब लोग, ठीक है, वो ध्यान में रखना. So हम लोग कल मिलेंगे. So अभी बहुत time हो चुका है. So now I want to stop it here. I'm stopping this screen share. So now we are going to leave. Tomorrow we will meet. Till then, you take rest, enjoy yourself, study well. And if you want to say anything, now this is the time to say some points. If from your side, now the mic is open for you.